Is your YouTube automation channel not getting the views you want it to? And do you just not have a clear idea of if you are going into the right direction and what you should be posting? If that's the case, this video might be for you because I'm going to review a community member's YouTube automation channel and figure out the three main problems blocking their channel from getting monetized and making them money. My name is Casper. For the past 4 years, I have helped hundreds of people start YouTube automation, and I have multiple students doing $3, $5, or even $15,000 a month with YouTube automation through my systems. And if you are a beginner, I promise by the end of this video, you will have more clarity and know more about YouTube automation and problems you can face to actually start a profitable YouTube automation business. Let's dive straight into the first channel. But before we do so, if you're a beginner and you have a channel up, you can sign up to the link below to get your channel reviewed too. All right, today we have Godwin Uba, who is a member of my Faceless tuber school, which is free to join, by the way. And Uba has a channel in the car niche. So let's first go over the details, then share the channel, and then see which are the three main problems that he is facing, all right? So Uba has a channel in the car niche. His idea for the channel is to just post videos. Very good idea. Problem is not getting views and subscribers, and yeah, the biggest problem is that he's not monetized and has no idea how to proceed and if he's going into the right direction, which is a sentiment that a lot of beginners have, and a lot of people, yeah, they start and they're not sure if they're going into the right direction, if they're posting right, and yeah, if they're making something that will work, right? So let's first have a look at the channel itself. So the channel is called Ram HQ. Branding looks pretty solid. Apparently it's about cars, and then specifically about Ram cars, the brand. And yeah, last year I've seen a lot of channels like this doing like this kind of style videos, but about the whole car market. So I think Uber's idea was to just pick that idea, but only do it for Ram cars, which might be a good idea. I don't know how big this market is, but it can work. It worked for others. So let's see. Okay, he has 16 videos posted and 114 subscribers. So quite some videos up. Subscribers are lacking behind a little bit. He has, let's see, latest video got 60 views, 140 views, 200 views, 200, 150. Yeah, so he's like hovering between that 100, 200, 300 view mark, which is not great, but he has some videos that got 1K, 8K, 4,000, and 1,000 here. Yeah, so there's a few videos that got like multiple thousands of views. So yeah, when I test a channel, I usually like to test 15, 20 videos and see if it's getting momentum. He has 114 subs, 16 videos. So it's a bit that point where you're like, I'm not sure if I'm going to continue. But if you have only 15 videos up and you have a few videos with more than 8,000 subscribers, that's a very good sign. So it's definitely something that I would like look at more and maybe continue with. All right. So yeah, let's look at the three main problems that I think Uba is facing, and then also the three tips on how to overcome that. Okay. So first of all, my first question when I see this is, did you niche down into a specific car brand, and is that too niche? So is the market big enough? Like I just mentioned, there was a lot of channels doing this style for these car videos, but they did it for the whole car market in general. And this is only about Ram cars. So this is kind of like, yeah, if you're going to give tips on certain settings about a Ram car, it's only Ram people are going to watch it, right? Whereas the channels of his competitors that did this, that I know if, this is just from the top of my head, I didn't research this market, so I'm not completely sure, but I know that there were a few channels that are very big in this market. If you do it about the whole car market in itself, it's going to be, yeah, a big multiplier of people that you can reach, because yeah, the people who have a Ram is only a very small market of the part of the car market, of course. Having said that, so I think that's something that you have to check yourself by finding competitors, doing your niche research, checking the numbers, seeing if there's other channels that specifically do like specific brands of cars only. So yeah, the first thing is that you do proper niche research and try to get an idea of the market size. The channel is relatively young. You have quite some good videos, and yeah, I don't know how many people have a Dodge in the USA or in Europe or in the world, and how many people you could reach with this channel. So that's something you would have to look at, because like if you don't own a car, if you don't own a Dodge, you're not going to click one of these videos. But if this video would be like 5 hidden settings that ruin your engine, that is just broad for every type of car in the world, you have so much more people that you can reach. Of course, these channels and these are more saturated because it's been done a lot, but you have to check it if you're getting into this market. I don't know if Ram is a big brand in the car market. Maybe like BMW or Audi would be maybe a better, like a bit broader of a market, but I'm not sure about that. I would have to do the research into that. But yeah, that's something you have to check for yourself. If you're getting into a market, you have to understand what the potential of your niche can be, how many people can watch it, if it's big enough. And let's say if the total views a channel like this can get every month is maybe, if it's 500,000, then it might be interesting, right? But if it's only 50,000 views a month, then it's maybe not that interesting to get into a market like this. So use tools to check the demand for topics, and you also look at competitor videos to see if established channels are getting a good baseline of views month by month. And if you think about this, like if you have a 12-minute video about cars, your RPM is probably like going to be between $4 and $7, I would say. So yeah, if you get 100,000 views, you're going to be making like $500 to $700. If you're going to get 1 million, it's going to be like 5 to 7,000, right? So yeah, if there's 3 channels that are big in the market that each get 1 million views a month, then it's maybe an interesting market to get into. But if all the bigger established channels only do 1/10 of that, then maybe it's not so interesting, because you just will get a lot less views in them because they are established, and the average market views per channel per month is not high enough to like make it interesting to get started in. So yeah, Uba, I don't know how much research you did into that. Maybe it does work, maybe it's big enough, I don't know yet. There is some good numbers for a few videos you have, so definitely look into that more. But this is something important you have to do when you're starting a channel, right? Okay, let's get into problem number 2. So you change the design and topic strategies even though there are some clear winners. So the tricks and the hidden settings were clear winners here, right? So the latest videos are here: sell your RAM right now, the RAM disaster, the truth about the RAM e-torque. Okay, so it's more like news style sharing things, like new updates about the RAM. Air suspension, fluid, exhaust manifold. See, so the last like 9 videos did really bad, and they all had this branding with a lot of text on the left, the car on the right, and it's more like the news style topics that you're doing here. But if you look at the videos that actually got views, it was the videos that you mimicked from those competitor car channels with the tips and tricks. So wrong, correct, your RAM won't last 80k miles unless you stop doing this. RAM tricks that make your RAM truck last over 500 miles. These 5 hidden RAM settings are ruining your engine. See, these are like tips and tricks that you can do, hidden RAM features. So see, it's like the tricks and the hidden features that you didn't know about, or that will make your car last longer. That seems to be doing better. But then here you transitioned, like this video did still 1k views, like decent. But it's also, these mistakes will destroy your RAM. Also like tips and tricks. But then here you started doing failing early, exhaust manifold problem, transmission fluid. See, these are more like news updates. So this is a mistake that a lot of people make once they're starting out. You are testing in a niche, which is in this case cars, and then RAM cars, right? And then your testing format, like the topic you are doing, is, let's say, the hidden tricks to make your car last longer. That's kind of what you were doing. That worked for these first few videos, right? But then all of a sudden you change the format to some more like new news updates and went to sell your car, which is a whole different type of video if you think about it. And that didn't hit. And then your views died. And now you're asking if you should like continue or why you're not getting views. So whenever you're testing a niche and a channel and a format, and you have something that wins, you have to double down on that winner. If you get a video in your first week that has over 500,000 or 2,000 views, make more of that same topic. So if it's like these tips about the tricks that make you able to like drive your car for longer, just make variations of that video only until you milk out the topic and you build out a bigger audience. So just pick like the 5 hidden RAM settings and the RAM tricks and maybe the hidden features. Like you probably can find a lot more tricks and features and things to make your car last longer, you know? So just double down on these topics and don't all of a sudden start posting something like, hey, you should sell your car right now, because it's a whole different topic than the hidden features you have for a car. And the thumbnail branding also, yeah, changed by a lot. So try to keep that consistent too. Okay, so yeah, second point, don't change your whole format if you found something that seems seemingly working. Okay, so yeah, double down on what works once you have a format that is working. Okay, third thing, the first 2 videos I opened said AI trash. Perhaps there's a script and voiceover problem which scares people off. So I opened the 2 most viewed videos, the one with 4K and the one with 8K views. Look, and the first comment here, it's hard to follow these videos when they get AI voice. It's sometimes so ridiculous. I just can't make it to the end of the video. More AI trash. And then here it also says, you lost me when you said hemis instead of hemi. Stop AI slop. More AI trash. This is the same guy, so he's just pissed off, it seems. But yeah, if you have a few hundred or thousand views and the first people that are commenting AI trash, you probably want to look at your script and voiceover and video editing. What is going wrong? I don't know if hemi or hemi is like a specific word in this market that's very famous. But if you were talking about a car channel, if you have a car channel and you're talking about cars and you pronounce the name of a car wrong, people won't take you serious and people will drop off and people will say AI trash, right? So yeah, you can make videos with AI, and I think it's fine to make videos with AI, but if you make the script and the voiceover with AI, make sure to fact check it, make sure to listen to your voiceover, and make sure that you don't have these mistakes where people can comment on it. Because if someone writes this, other people are gonna read it, and if you watch this video and these are the first 2 things that you read, you're like, oh, I'm not gonna watch this video because the only 2 people that said something said it's AI trash, so why would I bother watching this video? So yeah, you can put, like in this YouTube settings, you can make it certain words hidden. So if someone comments a certain word, you can make it so that it automatically gets hidden. So probably put AI in there, but apart from doing that, also just make better videos. I haven't watched the full video. I think the editing itself is fine, but the script and the voiceover you probably need to work on if your first few comments are something like this. Okay, so yeah, fact check and read your AI generated script and listen to the voiceovers. People get lazy with AI nowadays and won't even listen to the pronunciation of their own created voiceover. If you're pronouncing brand names or cars wrong, no one will take you serious. Same thing, a lot of people do sports channels, and if you have a, like, let's say NBA channel and there's some names of NBA players that you pronounce wrong, like, no one is going to take you serious, right? So using AI is fine, making scripts and voiceovers with AI is fine. Sometimes videos with AI is even fine, but just make sure that you get it right. It's already easier, quicker, faster to do the AI videos. At least have the decency to your viewers to listen to it and see if it's correctly pronounced, everything. Okay, so these are the 3 main things I have. I think if you fix those scripts and voiceovers, not make it as much sounding as AI, and double down on the winning topics, I think this channel can really turn into something good. So keep going, make more videos, double down on the winning topics, leave out the like crazy stories here, or like the people that have to sell it now. Double down on what wins, and then see how it does in a few more posts. All right, that was it for this channel review. I hope you learned something from it, and if you are starting YouTube automation, that you can implement these tips and tricks. So if you have any comments, drop them down below. And if you want my exact 5M system on how to start YouTube automation, find profitable channels, and also build the channels out and find a good format with plug and play templates, join my free Faceless YouTube Automation School. It's a 5+ hour free course that you can take. It's a challenge that you can take, and then you will have your first channel set up in the good, proper way. You get personal access to me with calls, so you won't make the mistakes that a lot of beginners make and reach success faster. Now, if you want to see what this 5M system can do for you, click the video in screen here, because in this video, I have a case study call with my former client, Jeremy, who did over $6,000 a month within 3 months of starting YouTube automation.